Greetings, my name is Sergey. So in this video I'm gonna talk about what work was done on this bayan. I showed this bayan in a couple other videos. I think one of them was in Russian. So this is a Ukrainian made bayan. Was made in 1947, and I mentioned in one of the video that on the keyboard on the back side there is a writing 1947 and last name and address, but it was made in Kharkov. It's a city in Ukraine. There is a label here that shows it, and it was made by Mischenko and his group or family. I'm not sure if Mischenko himself made this instrument, but definitely he is the owner of the company. So let's talk about what has been done on this instrument. I have rebuilt completely the right keyboard, which means taking all the keys out and unscrewing every little button, every single button, and replaced under the white keys. The background was very faded over time, so I put something that makes it nice and reflective, shiny, reminds the original one. So if I move it, you might be able to see that the lights that's reflected in the keys, the buttons on the white keys have some different rainbow colors. That's one thing. Each key is inserted on single axis that goes through the keyboard, and there are bushings on the left and right side because the keys were made with pretty big free play. So to minimize that free play and make the smooth action, there was a Teflon bushings that I used on each of those, and it is very time-consuming work. Then also the valves. These are homemade valves, each one individually made by hand out of thin plywood, and then there is felt with leather glued on the back side. There is a little black leather piece glued on the front side, on the top side, so to keep it linked to the arm. What I must say that even I put the bushings, there is still some free play. So I'm trying to find somewhat like this one have a little bit of free play here, which is bigger than what you would see on the modern made bayans with the metal mechanics. So this is the wooden mechanics. Also, I have to say that if you hit some of those keys, like this one and a couple others, it might hit the grill. So if you hit it really hard, it really reaches the grill. That should not be the case, but I didn't completely eliminate it. So if you play soft, if you don't hit it hard, I don't think this is going to be a problem. The other thing I noticed that this row where we have A and C, D sharp and F sharp sounds is a little bit harder to press than the middle row, and the middle row just slightly harder to push in than this row. The middle row is where you have E, G, A sharp and C sharp, and this is the remaining. So that's what was done on this side. I installed, I think one of the reed plates was missing on the right hand side, and I installed it, found from another accordion and put it in. I bought a brand new Italian bellows and installed them. So this is a brand new bellows. To install them, I had to cover this with a fresh, it's like a synthetic leather. It's not a real leather, but it simulates the original one, and cleaned, polished a little bit the corners. Then I installed a new type of Italian mechanism for tension for the left strap. This is a brand new left strap. I mentioned in another video that left strap, instead of going outside right here to be screwed on this surface, it goes inside, so you can set this on a flat surface and it's not rocking because the whole bottom surface is flat. I did not do much with the left mechanics, so it's all original. It's working and I don't want to touch it. In terms of tuning and playing, well, I also put under this the little bushing so that it's a little higher, so that this is it stands nicely on because of the thickness of the left strap. So in terms of tuning, it's tuned with musette, but musette is not exactly the same when you play in or out, and also it varies a little bit from one note to another. You can hear that. So I did not touch it. In order to fix that and make it all perfectly uniform, it takes a lot of time. If I would do that and have to charge for that, it's going to increase the price substantially. And I decided not to do it. Also, I put a couple screws here so this board is not flipping. I mean, it's not moving at all unless you unscrew these two screws in the corner. Now I'm going to open it and quickly show what's inside. So how do you open it? Basically, I use that wooden stick. You can do it by hand. I think you can do it by hand pretty much. But if you can't, you just use the wooden stick like this one and open the four. So we're going to open here the four hooks that hold the right side with the bellows. Also, I replaced that the mesh, that silver thing, and also on the back side. And I forgot to say that for the straps, I replaced all of them. These are also brand new straps, and those hooks that hold the straps, they're also brand new. And the seals between bellows and the body parts. So here we're opening the right side. As I mentioned in one of the videos, the rare thing about bayans is to have this is zinc. This reed plates are zinc. Most common are like aluminum or aluminum alloy, like this one. These three are aluminum alloy. These are zinc. The other next most common is copper alloys, but not on this instrument. So it's kind of rare, and but everything inside is in a good shape, as you can see. So this is a base reed block. There are two reed sets, one on each side, and then this is for the chords. But when you push the bass button, it actually takes two reeds from this and two voices from one from each of those reeds. And I also replaced the seals between the bellows and the reed blocks and the right and left side. So this bayan is pretty responsive, but it's not the one which would play very easy when you play soft. This is one of the questions that I recently got. Can you play soft on it? And how it, like, I guess I'm gonna try to play soft, but this is not the easiest one to play soft. I'll show in some other videos the ones that are really easy to play soft. This is more if you want to play, if you want to perform in front of the others, and you have not a little room, but you have a room where you have, I don't know, 5, 10, 20, maybe more people sitting and listening to you, that's a really good, because it can fill the room with sound. Anyway, for the soft playing, yeah, I was struggling a little bit because I don't play this melody very often, but you get an idea that it can play soft, especially if you can play well, you can definitely play soft. But the response is not, it's very good response, but it's not uniform enough and not so sensitive when you just barely move it. Like, so here is a test which I really recommend if you're buying or looking for accordion. Say this is A and this is E, and I try, here is my fully squeezed instrument. I push both of them, let's say here, this E and this A, push them together, and now I start to pull it and see when they start to sound. The left one is sound, and now the right one is sound. And I tried it the best I can to show the difference, so they don't sound at the same time. Now let's try in on this octave. Again, push them together. Almost exactly the same, but not quite. Again. Still, the bass starts a little sooner than the right hand. So this is one of the tests, and you can try it on the different notes. I just picked those because this is very frequently used combination if you play in A minor scale. Anyway, I think this is all the major parts. It's a nice instrument, but it's all I wanted to say in this video. And I'm trying to keep videos short, so it's much easier to upload them on YouTube. So I might get another video. If not, then this is it about this instrument. It's a nice instrument. Thank you very much, and see you next video.